sound check.
Get the sound check. Say your name and count to 10.
Richard Worley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We good?
Thumbs up.
All right, good evening. At 6:55 p.m. this evening, one of our officers was on proactive patrol, had a vehicle stop in the 1900 block of Ramsey Street. He hears discharging. He runs to the scene, finds 4 victims shot, two adults, 1 female, 1 male, and 2 juveniles, age 14 years old. It appears that all 4 injuries are going to be non-life threatening. The young lady who was shot had a graze wound. She refused treatment on the scene. Other 2 were transported to area hospitals, and the third one was transported to a different hospital. What we know is that there was a vehicle that pulled up into the block, opened fire on the individuals. The officers were in the area because of the amount of violence we've had in this area recently. One on a car stop, like I said, on Ramsey. There was another officers going to a call for service, 1 block up, who tried to pursue the suspects but was not able to catch up to them. At this time, if anybody has any information, please call 1-866-7-LOCK-UP Metro Crime Stoppers, and we will take any questions now.
Do you know if the victims were related to their family?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Were the victims related to their family?
We don't have that information, but I do not believe anyone was related.
13. Name, camera.
The victims, so were they inside a vehicle or were they just standing on the side?
No, I believe the victims were up there right by that alley behind us where Goldsmith is.
Okay, so they were just standing in the alley?
I believe they were right in that area. We don't know 100% sure because we haven't been able to really talk to them yet, and we've got to go by what our officer saw and heard, and he was a block down.
Gotcha, and you believe the shooter was inside of a vehicle, right?
We believe at least 2 shooters got out of a vehicle.
Oh, they got out, fired,
Got out of
and
a
then they got
vehicle.
in and left. Do you have
We don't know if they got in a vehicle back to left or if they fled on foot.
Gotcha. Do you know, or do you have a description of that vehicle that they got out of?
All we have is a gray possible vehicle.
A gray what?
A gray vehicle.
A gray vehicle.
We're going to try to put more information out, but we have to gather once we speak to the victims at the hospital. We're going to hold up for a second. Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good.
Last question, Harry.
Gotcha. I always like to bring stuff like this to a human level. You talked about, other crime that's happened in this area. I actually spoke to a guy who says he lives on this block. Anything you want to say to people of this neighborhood?
Just that we're going to stay resilient. We're going to have more resources here to stop the violence that's been occurring here. Unfortunately, it's been kind of a back and forth, and we got to connect the dots to try to put these individuals away who are committing these crimes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all.
Panel, see if there's any follow-up. And we're going to put the media advisory out momentarily.